Hi, my name is Derrick Haywood, and welcome to the Garage Week 66. Got a good one for you today, or at least I think so. New allergies. It's that time again, springtime, where a lot of us are popping a Claritin or a Zyrtec every day to prevent from coughing and sneezing and having a runny nose, right? Because of pollen and things of that nature, allergies. So I had a personal experience where I didn't develop those types of allergies until my late 20s. So one day I started sneezing and the coughing and I immediately felt like I had a cold. Went to the drugstore and started taking drug medicine, thinking that started taking cold medicine. And I thought that over a period of time that the symptoms will subside and go away. They didn't. So eventually I went to the urgent care and said, hey, something's going on. Can you help me? And they said it was allergies. And I'm like, I've never been allergic to anything outdoors in my life. And the doctor explained that over time, as we get older, we start to develop new allergies and just need to take a Claritin Zyrtec or something like that, or the generic brand, which also works, by the way. But I started doing that and voila. I started to feel better, symptoms went away and subsided. So you may have had that experience, but today I want to talk to you about this in reference to your life from three different perspectives: the spiritual, the personal, and the professional. And here's what I mean. As I get older, not only do I develop physical allergies, but I also develop allergies to things or to people or environments when it comes to my spiritual, personal, and professional life. So let's look at this first from a spiritual perspective. I'm a proudly saved man, Christ, for Jesus. Yes, that's me. I'm allergic to sin. I definitely haven't always been, right? Lived a sinful life, done some things that I knew were wrong. Totally different now. And that came with growth, spiritual growth. So if you have turned over a new leaf from a spiritual perspective, you probably feel the same way. Or if you haven't, you're challenged in certain areas where sin bothers you. So for you, with your spiritual walk, is there something that you may be allergic to that may be bothering you or preventing you from growing in God? And maybe that's something that you need to identify so that you can remove it or treat it so that you can continue to grow in God. Now, let's look at this from another perspective, your professional life. I will have to say I am allergic to poor leadership. It's really hard to follow someone that is not a great leader. I did my dissertation on leadership and employee motivation, and the downside of that is, after seeing so many theories, perspectives, and ways of doing things from a leadership perspective, and then witnessing a great leader or having a great leader in a corporate space, and then also having poor leadership in some capacity, good leadership will spoil you. It will spoil you. And you will look for that everywhere you go. And when you don't see it, it's really hard to follow that person. I'm allergic to that. I know it. It's really hard for me to follow someone that is a poor leader. So professionally, in reference to your own life, are you allergic to poor leadership or poor management? What is it that you're allergic to? Because the thing is, if you don't identify it, those symptoms will only get worse, right? When we think about allergies from a physical perspective, if it goes untreated, it only gets worse and possibly causes death. You don't want to die in your professional career because you're allergic to something that you can do something about. So if there's a change that needs to take place, go ahead, do what you have to do. And I know sometimes it's actually hard to, even for me, it was a misdiagnosis at first, right? So maybe you can't identify exactly what it is, but pray about it and it'll all come together for you. And I'll explain that at the end of this video. And the last part is your personal life. I am allergic to negative people. I am now allergic to discord, people that just try to divide. I haven't always been that way. I was once the guy that was sit around, laugh, and talk about people, but that's not me anymore. And that's not something I'm attracted to. Again, it comes with growth. And you see that, and as you grow, you'll start to see this in your relationships. And the reason that happens is there's something about that person that you're actually allergic to. You don't even have to be intentional about disconnecting with someone. But over time, you'll see your relationships do this. And then you'll see this with other relationships because you begin to identify with certain people that share the same values as you do. And again, I don't want to say there's no right or wrong because there is, but I'm not trying to identify good and bad behavior and being allergic to that. What I want you to see in reference to your own life is there could be a person that you're allergic to that's hindering your personal growth. Yeah, it could possibly be the case. Maybe you're in a toxic relationship and you've adopted that as your norm and you've become comfortable with that. And all it takes is removing that person from your life. So when it comes to allergies, again, they gotta be treated. Symptoms only gets worse and you eventually die. So let's look at this holistically. So I'm gonna use some visual aid in this garage to help you better understand this. Every allergy you have, spiritually, personally, and professionally, affects one another. What happens spiritually pours into your professional and personal life and vice versa. So, being allergic in one area of your life could be toxic and could pour or spill into other areas of your life. Again, at the end of the day, this is still an allergy. Can't go untreated. So, are you oblivious to some allergies or new allergies that you have, or have you misdiagnosed them and you're treating it with cold medicine, but you really need a Zyrtec? Everything affects everything. Your allergies must be treated. The symptoms will only get worse or you will eventually die. So that is all I have for you today. Follow me on social media, YouTube, several more videos like this. If you found this beneficial, please share it. Somebody else will find it beneficial as well. And until next time, manifest your potential.